What if the burger you eat tomorrow was never part of any animal? No farm, no slaughter, no blood. Just a single living cell, grown inside a steel vat the size of a building. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now in secret facilities across the world, and the food industry is absolutely terrified. Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, you will see exactly how a living animal cell becomes a juicy burger on your plate. And what you are about to discover will completely change how you think about food forever. Every single day, 8 billion people on this planet need to eat. That is a number so massive the human brain cannot process it. And right now, the way we feed them is broken. Global meat production uses 80% of all farmland on Earth. 80% for one food category. The livestock industry produces more greenhouse gas than every car, plane, and ship on the planet combined. And demand is not slowing down. It is accelerating. By 2050, the world will need 70% more food than it produces today. Scientists looked at this problem and asked a terrifying question. What happens when the land runs out? What happens when the water runs out? What happens when the climate makes farming impossible? The answer they came up with shocked everyone. You do not grow more farms. You grow the meat itself. In 2013, a Dutch scientist named Mark Post stood in front of a live television audience. He placed a burger on a hot pan. That burger had never been near a cow in its entire existence. It cost $300,000 to produce, and it changed everything. In the next 60 seconds, you will discover exactly how that single moment started a revolution now worth billions. So, how does it actually work? How do you turn one invisible cell into a burger patty? The process starts with something called a biopsy. Scientists take a tiny sample of muscle cells from a living animal. The animal feels minimal discomfort. One small needle, one small sample. That is all it takes. Those cells are called satellite cells. They are the body's natural muscle repair system. When muscle tissue is damaged, these cells activate and multiply to rebuild it. Scientists figured out how to trigger that exact same process outside the body entirely. They place the cells inside a liquid solution called a growth medium. This liquid is packed with nutrients, proteins, sugars, and growth factors. Think of it as the world's most sophisticated protein shake. The cells absorb it, and they begin to divide. One cell becomes two. Two become four. Four become thousands. In just a few weeks, that single biopsy sample produces enough cells to make 80,000 quarter-pound burgers. From one needle, one animal, 0 deaths. But here is where it gets complicated. Growing cells is one thing, growing meat is another. Real muscle has structure. Real muscle has texture. Real muscle has fiber. If you just grow cells in liquid, you get a biological paste. Not a steak, not a burger, a paste. And that problem nearly destroyed this entire industry. What happens next required the most advanced bioengineering on the planet. And the solution they found you would never believe existed outside a Marvel movie. Before we go further, if this is blowing your mind right now, hit subscribe. We break down the future of technology in ways no one else does. Now, back to the vats. To turn floating cells into real textured meat, scientists needed a scaffold, a three-dimensional framework for the cells to grip and grow along. The first scaffolds were made from animal products, which completely defeated the purpose, so engineers went back to the drawing board. Today, they use edible scaffolding made from plant-based materials, seaweed derivatives, fungal fibers, even 3D printed protein structures. The cells grab onto these frameworks like climbing vines on a trellis. They stretch, they align, they form real muscle tissue. Now put all of this inside the most important machine in this entire story, the bioreactor. This is the giant steel vat you have been waiting for. A bioreactor is essentially a living factory. It controls temperature, oxygen levels, nutrient flow, and pH balance simultaneously. Every variable a real animal body would regulate, the bioreactor does it artificially with perfect precision. The cells inside do not know they are no longer inside an animal. They behave exactly as they would inside a living muscle. They grow, they thicken, they form real connective tissue. Inside the largest bioreactors being built today, you can grow tens of thousands of kilograms of meat at once in a single facility smaller than a city block. Compare that to conventional beef production. 1 kilogram of traditional beef requires 15,000 liters of water. 1 kilogram of cultivated meat requires potentially just a few hundred. The land savings, the water savings, the emissions reduction. The numbers are not just better, they are incomparable. But here's the question everyone is actually asking. Does it taste like real meat? Early testers said the first cultured burger was close, but missing fat, missing the marbling that gives beef its depth of flavor. So scientists began growing fat cells next, combining muscle tissue and fat tissue in precise biological ratios. The results stunned everyone who tried them. In blind taste tests conducted in 2023, professional chefs could not consistently tell cultivated chicken from conventional chicken. The texture, the smell, the sizzle in the pan, identical. Right now, over 150 companies globally are working on cultivated meat. The United States approved the first commercial sale of cultivated chicken in 2023. Singapore, Israel, and the Netherlands are all racing ahead. Industry analysts project the cultivated meat market will be worth over $25 billion by 2030. And major food corporations, the same companies that built the traditional meat industry, are quietly investing hundreds of millions into this technology. But not everyone is cheering. Traditional meat producers are lobbying governments to restrict cultivated meat labeling. Several U.S. states have already moved to ban its sale entirely. The battle for the future of your dinner plate is already a full political war. And somewhere inside that fight, the most important question of all is getting buried. If you can grow identical meat without killing a single animal, if you can feed the world without destroying the planet, what possible reason is there to stop? The answer to that question will define the next 50 years of human civilization. What started with one needle, one cell, and a $300,000 burger in 2013 has become the most disruptive technology in the history of human food. The vats are real, the meat is real, the future is already being grown, and the only question left is this: are you ready to eat it?